Hey campers, Georgia, back in the man cave. Didn't expect to see you so soon. Having some technical difficulties, but hey, we worked through it. So, I got me 2 little knives that need some fixing. Let's check it out. So the technical difficulty thing is just a tiny thing. My computer's not working. It's not working the way it should. I had to get a new phone, and I use my phone to record. My other one died. Not only did it die, I've had to wait a week to get the information off it that was on it because I had to buy a battery for it so that we could put the battery in and it had enough charge in there for me to transfer the data over. Can't use the phone and it's got a brand new battery in it now. It's toast. That was the start of a huge beating of my budget. With the new cameras on the new phone, high definition, very few changes can be made to it, and my computer can't handle it. Took me 3 days to do the last video, to edit it. Other than that, things are going well. But the real reason I'm here is 3 things. The first one, look at these pictures. Yeah. A young lady who's a subscriber contacted me by email and said, you were looking for pictures of projects that were done after watching your videos and whatnot. Way better than I'm ever going to be at it. Look at these things. She's even bumped them up a little bit and added some bling in the stitching and all some good stuff. Check them out. Awesome. Really glad to hear that. And that's a reminder. Anybody else out there, you doing stuff that you've seen me do and you thought, I want to try that? Get a hold of me. Send me pictures. We'll share it with everybody. It's huge. I love seeing that stuff. I'm so far behind right now, I have to double things up. So what we have here is 2 knives that I got hunting around and found at thrift stores and whatnot. I can't even remember where I got these. The first one is this guy here. Look at that. It's an old timer. Very cool. It's in pretty good condition. The blades are not too bad. They scratched up. They rusty. You know, the usual story. And here they are. Here you've got that long clip. You've got, I want to say this is a spay blade and this is a pen. And you can see it there. Now you go, well, it's an old timer. Well, it's not just any old timer. Hopefully you can see that. You see that? It says that on it. Ulster. Huh. Who would have thought? And it says Ulster, USA. Kind of odd. But the good news is I didn't have to figure out what model it was. A 58 old-timer. Ulster, USA. Very cool. And like I said, it's in pretty good condition. The only real problems is, if you look there, you see there? I don't know, I can't fix that. But that's not a big deal. We can clean up the blades, polish it all up, make him look brand new again. And we'll make a slip for it as well. So that's the first one. This is an unusual one that I found. And it's one of my favorite styles, except it's teeny. And it's this guy here. Can you see that? It's got a little thingy on here. It's just grooved into it. This is not wood. I don't know what it is. Dowran, maybe. I don't know. And all it says, it has a diamond there with an arrow through it and DE on it. Can you see that? Now, it's in pretty good condition. Look at that blade. Looks brand new. Don't need to do anything to it. Well, give it a polish. Looks like I sharpened it, right? But look at this guy. Now, there's 2 things I like about this knife. Look at that. Yeah. It's just got this little drop point on it. And no snap. You see that? So hopefully when we clean, this snaps in nice, and it is locked. It's a lock back. See that? Lock back. Look at that. And it's a teeny one. Look how big it is. Very cool. The other cool thing about it is the tang stamp. It says Imperial Ireland Stainless. Here it is here. Pretty cool, huh? Don't know much about it. I have been looking it up, and we'll talk about it as we go. He'll need to be just cleaned up and polished and, of course, sharpened. We need to clean it up, and hopefully that the spring comes out really nicely. I mean, it locks in that way. You can hear it click. But maybe it just needs to be cleaned up, polished a bit, and sharpen the blade. Very exciting. Love this. It's a mini sodbuster. Let's have at it. Here you can see the main blade. It is kind of odd. Gives off a weird color. But I'm going to start off with this guy, 180, to get the rough stuff off and clean up a lot of the scratch marks on it. So we'll start with that, and we'll do all the blades. And we'll just work our way down to fine stuff. It shines the blade up, but there's still scratches on. But we'll work our way down. I'm going to end off with water paper anyway, and hopefully that'll clean it up nicely. So you can see it there. It's kind of hard to see in this light. Maybe you can see it better in this light. It takes off all the tarnish, but if you really look closely, you can still see scratches. Not sure if I want to go to a heavier sandpaper than that. Here you can see they're a lot shinier, which is a good start. The bolsters and the liners and the springs, I'm not sure. I need to find a thinner wheel to do that, because if you catch this, whatever it is, whatever the scale is, it's gonna mess it up. So you have to be careful with that. this polishing wheel actually does a good job. I put some polishing compound on it and it really shined everything up. Surprised. At least we know that works. Look at those bolsters. Shine them up too. So there you go, campers. A quick restore on 2 knives. 2 for 1. This one, remember this guy, this is the, what did they call, this is the Imperial Island one. But you can see I cleaned it up, I polished it up so it's nice and shiny. This blade was in pretty good condition to start with, but cleaned it up anyway. Hit it with some water paper, 1000 grit, and just cleaned it up in general and just sharpened it up. You saw a little bit there. And that reminds me, my sharpening problems I'm having. That box there, allegedly, is going to fix my sharpening issues. We hope. Remember this guy, how, you know, the lockback and everything worked fine, but it wouldn't snap shut. It would stop just here. And I cleaned up on the inside. Yeah, I really cleaned it up, oiled it and everything. And now, whoop, it snaps in nicely, which is very cool. Very excited. I like this little guy. You know, it just reminds me of a mini lockback sod buster. And nice little knife. It's a very cool little knife. I still don't know what the DE stands for on the actual handle, and I'm not sure what the handle was made of. I almost want to say Bakelite, but I don't think it is. But it cleaned up nice and shiny and reasonably sharp. And then, of course, we have this guy, the old timer from the Ulster series, the USA, Ulster USA old timer. The blades were in a lot worse condition than that guy, but they cleaned up great. You can see nice and shiny, and as well kind of sharp, and the snap on all of them is a lot better. This one, obviously, this long California clip type thing had been sharpened a couple of times and not very well. They kind of dug it out. I suspect from whittling, they use it up right up here to do the whittling, but it cleaned up and it cuts, and it'll work. It looks a lot better than it did. The blades look nice and shiny, and of course the snap on this, you can see that. That's pretty typical. Really, you would have to change the spring on it simply because it's the most used blade, and hey, you never know how hard this was used. But it did clean up nicely. The bolsters really got all shiny and everything. The issue I'm having, and I've seen some stuff and I'm going to try it, is cleaning up the scales and keeping them nice and shiny and bright. I'm not sure what to use, but I think somebody said Blitz, I'm not sure. But I'll give that a go. And you notice how I'm getting foggy? It's kind of humid in here. You know, we've had rain and it's been hot, so my lens keeps fogging up and I don't know why. So there you are. But that worked out nicely, and you can see it shined up nicely on the, you know, the spines of the springs and the liners, the brass liners. I love these old timers. They, you know, they're so recognizable. I didn't know they were made all over the place. And then you saw me put together a very, very quick and basic slip for it. Might even be a little bit big for it, but it works. It sits in there and comes out just fine. Just a scrap piece of leather I had, so thought I'd put it to use. Put a little, so you can pull it out your pocket, lanyard thing on the sheath, and there you go. My 2 restores. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and sometimes kinda. But I love playing with them, and you know, it's nice to make a little sheath. I do like playing with leather. I have fun with that. Kept this one about as simple as you can get. So there you go. You all be safe out there. especially even these little guys, they sting. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back. Like I said, I got a new sharpening kit. I saw my favorite young lady, Lacey Lace, sharpening, and she was using this system, the professional one of it. And, you know, I once again dug in. My savings has taken a total beating. I'm going to be eating bread and water for the next 3 months. But I felt I needed it. I struggle so much with sharpening, and I wanted one of those systems. So that'll be coming up. We'll unbox that thing, put it all together, and give it a whisk. If it doesn't work, it's going back. Just saying. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. See you again soon.